Crayola is a brand of artist supplies manufactured by Crayola LLC and best known for its crayons. The company is based in Forks Township, Northampton County, Pennsylvania. Since 1984, Crayola has been a wholly owned subsidiary of Hallmark Cards.Originally an industrial pigment supply company, Crayola soon shifted its focus to art products for home and school use, beginning with chalk, then crayons, followed later by colored pencils, markers, paints, modeling clay, and other related goods. All Crayola-branded products are marketed as non-toxic and safe for use by children. Most Crayola crayons are made in the United States. The company also produces Silly Putty and a line of professional art products under the Portfolio series brand. Crayola LLC claims the Crayola brand has 99% name recognition in U.S. consumer households, and says its products are sold in over 80 countries. History: the company was founded by cousins Edwin Binney and C. Harold Smith in New York City on March 31, 1885 as Binney and Amp Smith. Initial products were colorants for industrial use, including red iron oxide pigments used in barn paint and carbon black chemicals used for making tires black and extending the useful lifespan. Binney and Amp Smith's new process of creating inexpensive black colorants was entered into the chemistry industry's competition at the 1900 Paris Exposition under the title Carbon Gas Blacks, Lamp or Oil Blacks, Peerless Black, and earned the company a gold medal award in chemical and pharmaceutical arts. Also in 1900, the company added production of slate school pencils. Binney's experimentation with industrial materials, including slate waste, cement, and talc, led to the invention of the first dustless white chalk, for which the company won a gold medal at the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair. Initially formed as a partnership, Binney and Amp Smith Incorporated in 1902. In 1902, Binney and Amp Smith developed and introduced the Stay-O-Nal marking crayon. Then Edwin Binney, working with his wife, Alistair Binney, developed his own famous product line of wax crayons beginning on the 10th of June 1903, which it sold under the brand name Crayola. A Crayola name was coined by Alice Binney, wife of company founder Edwin and a former schoolteacher. It comes from cry, French for chalk, and ola for oleaginous, or oily. The suffix ola was also popular in commercial use at the time, lending itself to products such as granola, pianola, victrola, chinola, and mazzola. Crayola introduced its crayons not with one box, but with a full product line. By 1905, the line had expanded to offering 18 different sized crayon boxes with 5 different sized crayons, only 2 of which survive today, the standard size and the large size. The product line offered crayon boxes containing 6, 7, 8, 12, 14, 16, 18, 24, 28, or 30 different color crayons. Some of these boxes were targeted for artists and contained crayons with no wrappers, while others had a color number printed on the wrapper that corresponded to a number on a list of color names printed inside the box lid. But some boxes contained crayons with the color names printed on the wrappers. The Rubens Crayola line, started in 1903, was directly targeted at artists and designed to compete with the Raphael brand of crayons from Europe. The crayon boxes sold from 5 cents for a No. 6 Rubens box containing 6 different colored crayons to $1.50 for the No. 500 Rubens Special Artists and Designers crayon box containing 24 different colored, larger crayons. In April 1904 at the St. Louis World's Fair, Binney and Amp Smith won the gold medal for their antiseptic dustless chalk. Subsequently, Crayola used the opportunity to develop a new packaging strategy by emphasizing the gold medal on the front of many of the products and crayon boxes. This strategy turned out to be so successful and recognizable to the brand that they phased out nearly all of their other Crayola line box designs to adapt to the gold medal format, which appeared on the packaging for the next 50-plus years. In 1905, the prototype offering of the new No. 8 crayon box featured a copy from the side of the medal with an eagle on it. This was changed to the other side of the medal with the 1904 date on it in Roman numerals. Binney and Amp Smith purchased the Munsell Color Company crayon product line in 1926, and inherited 22 new colors, 11 in the maximum and 11 in the middle hue ranges. They retained the Munsell name on products such as Munsell Crayola and Munsell Perma until 1934, and then incorporated the colors into their own Crayola Gold Medal line of boxes. In 1939, Crayola, by combining its existing crayon colors with the Munsell colors, introduced its largest color assortment product to date, a No. 52 drawing crayon 52 color assortment, which was retired by the 1944 price list. In 1949, Crayola introduced the Crayola No. 48 inches containing 48 color crayons in a non-peggable floor box. Further expansion took place in 1958 with the introduction of the 64 color pack that included the company's first crayon sharpener built into the box. The 64 color box was called a watershed moment in the history of the Crayola crayon by Smithsonian National Museum of American History curator David Shate. The corporation became a publicly traded company under the symbol BYS on the American Stock Exchange in 1963, and later moved to the New York Stock Exchange under the same symbol in 1978. In 1977, Binney and Amp Smith acquired the rights to Silly Putty, a stretchy, bouncy toy. Crayola markers were introduced in 1978 to coincide with the 75th anniversary of Crayola crayons. In 1984, the company was acquired by Hallmark Cards, a privately held corporation. Colored pencils and a line of washable markers were added in 1987. Crayola crayons were inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame at the Strong in Rochester, New York, in 1998. In the same year, the Crayola factory opened. On January 1, 2007, Binney and Amp Smith became Crayola LLC, to improve Crayola branding as part of Hallmark. In 2011, My First Crayola was launched. Products include triangular crayons and flat-tipped in markers. In 2015, Crayola announced Color Escapes for adults to help them relieve stress. The kit will include 4 collections, such as Geometric Garden, Natural, Kaleidoscope, crayons. Crayola crayon packs vary in package counts of just a few crayons sold to establishments such as hotels and restaurants, to hand out to the young guests, to 832 crayon class-pack bulk boxes marketed to schools. The colors contained in a package have ranged from 2 to 200. The most common retail packages are multiples of 8, with 8, 16, 24, 48, 64, 96, and 120 packs being marketed today. A 150 crayon pack featuring a plastic telescope-like case was introduced in 2006, and includes 118 regular color crayons, 16 glitter crayons, and 16 metallic FX crayons, as well as a built-in sharpener at the apex of the tower. This was followed up by 152 crayons set in a plastic yellow carrying case, with all colors being exactly the same except for the addition of piggy, pink, and bluebell colors as the size of Crayola crayon packs increased from the original 1903 crayon packs. The variety of colors available has also increased, reaching 120 colors by 1998. Since 1998, new colors have been added, but always replacing existing colors. In all, 50 colors have been retired, bringing the total number of regular colors produced to 170. The colors in the box below come in the packs of 8, 16, and 24. Cultural impact. A Yale University study on scent recognition found the scent of Crayola crayons is one of the most recognizable scents for adults, ranking at number 18, trailing coffee and peanut butter that were number 1 and 2 respectively, but beating out cheese and bleach, which placed at 19 and 20. The Smithsonian National Museum of American History maintains a collection of Crayola crayons founded by an original 64-color box donated by Binney and Amp Smith in 1998. The collection now includes more than 300 boxes of crayons. The Crayola crayon was inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame as a founding member at its inception. Crayola has been featured in segments from the popular children's shows Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, with the official 100 billionth crayon molded by Fred Rogers himself in February 1996 at the plant in Easton. Commemorative postage stamp. In 1998, the United States Postal Service issued a 32-cent postage stamp to commemorate the cultural impact the product has had on almost all Americans. The stamp is part of the 1900s decade sheet of the Celebrate the Century souvenir sheet series, and was designed by Carl Herman, illustrated by Richard Waldrep and printed by Ashton Potter USA using the offset intaglio process. In 2000, Crayola held the Crayola Color Census 2000 promotion, in which Americans were asked to vote for the favorite Crayola crayon color. Celebrity entrants: George W. Bush chose Bluebell, Tiger Woods chose Wild Strawberry, and Courtney Cox chose Red. Overall, Blue came in first, with Cerulean second and Purple Heart third. The Crayola Experience. Originally opening as the Crayola Factory, the Crayola Experience is located at 30 Center Square, Easton, Pennsylvania, at Two Rivers Landing, separate from the main manufacturing plant in Forks Township, Pennsylvania. The Crayola Experience is open to the public. The Crayola Experience is a museum and visitor center geared toward familiarizing guests with Crayola's history and products. A Discovery Center was built that showcases the manufacturing process of crayons. There is also a Crayola Hall of Fame, in which the retired crayon colors are displayed. The Crayola Experience was featured in a Food Network episode of Dinner Impossible. A dinner was held for 150 employees of the Crayola Experience to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the 64 box of crayons. Chef Michael Simmons' mission was to create an 8-course tasting menu for this event, where all 8 items of the menu had to match 8 randomly chosen Crayola crayon colors. In October 2003, the Experience unveiled the world's largest crayon, a 15-foot-long crayon weighing 1,500 pounds, as part of its celebration of 100 years of Crayola crayons. The giant crayon, 16 inches in diameter, is blue, and was made of leftover crayon bits sent in by children across the United States. It opened its second location in the Florida Mall, Orlando, Florida in 2015. Fine art. Although marketed to children and amateur artists, several professional artists have specialized in using Crayola crayons as the primary medium. Don Marco, who works with Crayola crayons and construction paper, is one of the better-known crayon artists, having sold over 1 million prints of his original artworks. Other products. Crayola LLC produces a broad range of products other than the famous crayons under the Crayola brand name. These include colored pencils, markers, inks and paints, modeling clays, coloring books, and artists' tools. As with all Crayola products, these are all marketed as non-toxic and safe for use by children. Other brands. Silly Putty. Silly Putty is a silicone polymer children's toy used for various purposes. Silly Putty was inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame in 2001. Portfolio Series. The Portfolio Series is a line of water-soluble oil pastels, watercolors, drawing pencils, colored pencils, and acrylic paints marketed to artists and educators. Liquitex. Binney and Amp Smith acquired the Liquitex Corporation, a producer of fine arts apply products, in 1964, but sold it to the Colette Company in 2000. Licensing. Numerous products, ranging from bath and personal care items to bedding and electronics, are produced by other companies using the Crayola brand name under license. Crave Entertainment developed a Crayola-themed video game, titled Crayola Treasure Adventures, which was published by Nintendo in 2007. Christmas lights. In the 1996-1997 season, Crayola produced Christmas lights using its name with colors such as pink, orange, blue, gold, and red, and more. Manufacturing. Crayola has manufacturing plants in Forks Township, Pennsylvania, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Lindsay, Ontario, and Mexico City. The colored pencils are made by Faber-Castell Brazilian plants.